Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Daniel Maher, and he is the author of Inane Mumblings. Daniel, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
Sure. Well, Inane Mumblings is a poetry anthology or a collection of poems that I have written based on observations of very close friends and family, myself, and just the general concept of mental illness, depression, anxiety, and further things along that track. It is not for the faint of heart. It was somewhat cathartic and difficult to write at the same time, and some touchy subjects are there, but I think it's important to highlight these subjects, especially with the close of COVID and loneliness being a thing for a lot of people in the millennial and Gen Z generation,
Yeah.
and depression having a huge up spike since 2019. And with more virtual things, there's much more loneliness and isolation, and especially those that already feel like that, it got exasperated. So,
Right.
Inane Mumblings was written more so to inform people you are not alone. These emotions are difficult, but we can work through them, and to not let your lowest moment determine your life, or rather the what your life will end like. Because as I close the book, it is meant to be humorous. The only guarantees in life are death and taxes. Um, we're going to pay taxes no matter what, but death comes for us all. And do we really want to have that expiration date early or whenever it's meant to be for
Yeah.
whatever you believe in, religion or universe or what have you?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're all going to die someday. So just.
Right. Yes. Daniel, this sounds really great. I love that you did this and it was kind of cathartic for you, like you said. And you're right. Like, I think there are so many people after COVID and nowadays that do deal with loneliness and being isolated and like you talked about the technology and everything. So, I love that this is something that they can read and where they can just feel like they're not so alone in what they're going through. What was your inspiration for writing the book?
Well, as previously stated, it was based on some personal experiences and experiences of friends and family. At times, I am the therapist friend.
Uh-huh.
Now, I can't prescribe medication, but I can listen. I can
Right.
be a soundboard or talk to people. So that's probably the most helpful thing anyone can do. But really, it's like I should write these tough things out, and writing for me has always been an outlet for everything rage,
Hmm.
sadness, happiness, or anything else to help me process feelings
Hmm.
in a good way,
Yeah.
um, and so forth, so that we don't end up in a self-destructive area or
Right.
get harming those around me or myself. And for those that talk to me, they don't harm themselves or those around them. And it's very much that was the inspiration. And reading in the genre of depression and so forth, you have a lot of self-help books. They're
Hmm.
very clinical. They're not. The writers do a valiant effort. Let me put it that way. I don't want to disparage any authors or talk bad about anybody who's not here,
Hmm.
but most of those self-help books are very clinical. They are not personal. It's like, hey, you're depressed. Just be happy. Well, if I could be happy, I would be. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But writing something that's, I'd say, poetry, because poetry books always connect with the reader
Yes.
or the speaker and the reader on a much more personal, emotional level. And phrasing it as narrative poetry, there's poems and then there's broken up little narrative snippets between almost every poem or every couple poems. There's the narrator talks to himself, or it's more like that.
Yeah.
And I think that would resonate with a lot more people. And it's not meant to be a cure all or the cure, it's meant to highlight the issues that we face and really. Again, because loneliness is ultimately what I think kills people when they're depressed. It's the isolation. It's not just the depression.
Mhm.
Depression's a normal thing. I say normal for life events, losing a loved one, like when your grandma or grandpa passes away, or
Mhm.
say your cherished dog or cat pass away. That's normal to be depressed about that for a little bit,
Yeah.
or you. lost a spouse or something, right? But what's not normal is to spiral deeper into that and want to hurt yourself or um, end yourself, so to speak. That is not normal to want
Right.
to do, and
Yeah.
that even gets really dangerous when you get there.
Hmm.
Um, Not just for you, but for those around you, right? Um, so that's most of the inspiration is just those difficult feelings and those difficult situations I found myself in, and others that I care about have found themselves in. And
Yeah.
I think highlighting that in the with inane mumblings will really contribute to that conversation and not I wouldn't say it's a fully self-help book. It's more of a self-reflection book.
Hmm.
Like, have I felt this way? Yes. Should I get help? Depends on the help you need, right?
Hmm.
But because I mean, mental hospitals. I don't like mental health hospitals. They're not that great in my opinion. But that, again, I've only experienced one in my life.
Hmm.
Medication, when it works, is great. Therapy is great, but it depends on the therapist.
Hmm.
And having a support network of friends and family is probably the best cure for or the best possible outcome for those that suffer from depression and anything else related to depression, I
Yeah.
think.
I think that it's great that you had the courage to tell your story and the stories of your friends and family. And I do think that that will help people connect with you all, and again with what they're going through. I think that like I think about it whenever we listen to music as well. It just helps us kind of process those emotions. And I think the same thing can be said with poetry. So I think that that's great. It just gives you that feeling of like, oh, you know, thankfully I'm not the only one going through this. It's just, I don't know, there's some comfort in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Daniel, is there anything else that you can share with us about the book, messages within the book, or even anything else about yourself?
That's a very detailed question. I would say about the book itself, I did have much feedback from friends and family in writing it and what poems to include, not include,
Mhm.
and what ultimately made the cut, I think, is a very good amount. I will say there is some swearing, though that doesn't typically bother people.
Uh-huh.
Bothered me, but there was no other word that fit the emotional distress.
Uh-huh.
There is more mature themes, nothing sexual, but more blood and gore in
Yeah.
some things, just for that. But it's meant to be extreme to make the drive the point home,
Hmm.
and sometimes dealing in extremes is what you got to do.
Hmm.
Um, Especially to drive everything you want to say, get it through the more dense people. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Not calling anybody stupid, but some people it just flies by them. I'm in
Yeah.
that group too. Um, about myself, I just say this is the second book I've published.
Okay.
First one with a publisher other than myself,
Hmm.
and I'm hoping this one reaches a wide audience and actually helps a lot of people. I know it
Yeah.
was helpful to me to write, and some of my friends who were in the same slump I was
Yeah.
had a lot of help in it as well. And for me, it's not about the money. The money would be great to make if I sold 1 million copies or whatever. That'd be great. I could retire,
Uh-huh.
right? But I just wanted to reach as wide an audience as possible. And if someone purchases it, gives it to a friend, and they just pass it along, that's great. It's doing its intended purpose. Um,
Awesome.
so yeah, that's all I really got to say on that about myself anyway for writing the book. Just yep, I try to not overshare, right? But some just life experiences there. I'm an engineer by trade and training at a very prestigious aerospace company,
Oh,
and
cool.
sometimes you do get alone in your work or in your life.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I live close to friends and family, but I
Mhm.
know there are plenty of people who don't or travel constantly for work, and they
Right.
can certainly feel very isolated
Yes.
themselves.
Yes. Well, Thank you so much, Daniel. This book sounds like it could help a lot of people. And again, I appreciate your courage to write it. For anybody who wants to pick up a copy of this book, again, it's Daniel Maher, and the title is Inane Mumblings. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, also Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much for being with us today, Daniel.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.